Welcome to Wednesday, May 11th show, meaning a happy birthday today to Andy Lee, Hornell native, who's moved out to California now, but I know he listens from time to time online. So Andy Lee, former neighborhood friend of mine, happy birthday. And then Brian, you may have talked about this. You've been here for a while this morning, but the primaries were last night. Trump, obviously at this point, kind of running unopposed, virtually unopposed, just cleaned up last night. And then on the opposite side, on the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders did win last night. So even though he's kind of pretty far behind Hillary at this point, certainly as far as superdelegates go, Bernie's still people are still feeling the burn, let's say.
Yes. You almost wonder if he's going to go for the VP slot.
Oh. Interesting. Interesting observation. And speaking of the presidential race in America, did you hear about Budweiser, Brian?
No, tell me.
Budweiser, and I had to look this up to see if it was real or not. This is real. Apparently, Budweiser is changing their name to America for the Summer Olympics and through the election. This is real. This isn't like where I'm kind of buying into this joke. It's a real thing. Budweiser is going to start rolling out cans and bottles of beer that just say America on them for, again, the Summer Olympics, and they say through the elections. What a year. You buying into that, Brian? Should we buy some of that?
Hey, sounds good to me.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. But that's crazy. That's just wild marketing right there, and maybe this is perfect. We'll see what happens to it.
Election year, Olympics. Hey, sounds good.
And then tomorrow night on this station, on WLEA.net, I should say, Hornell Baseball with Derek Belinsky tomorrow night at 4:30. The Hornell varsity baseball team finishing up their last two home games of the season starting tomorrow night, and that will continue again on Saturday, also on WLEA.net. So our last regular season home games for Hornell varsity baseball will be on WLEA.net, again, starting tomorrow night. But before we get to tomorrow, Brian, today, we're going to be at least I will be, down at Brandy's Cup of Joe for the ribbon cutting for a new business in Hornell on Maple Street, the former Cynthia's Cookies. And we'll be down there. The ribbon cutting is at 1 p.m., as we mentioned yesterday, so we'll have a presence there. And then also, today in Canisteo, at 2 p.m., the final tree planting from the Living Sign. So, big day today. Two great events, one in Hornell, one in Canisteo, but great for the Canisteo Valley. So, make sure, if you can, or if you're interested, check out both. Obviously, the Living Sign, that's going to be a special event at 2. Ribbon cutting's great as well, but that just means they're open. So, check out Brandy's Cup of Joe this week or next week. And then, Brian, who do we have coming up on the Newsmaker Show today?
Well, we've got a couple of guests. In segment 1, it'll be Congressman Tom Reed. That's something we frequently do where we take the press call. We'll play segment 1 will be Congressman Tom Reed's press call from this week. Segment 2 will be Congressman Tom Reed's opponent, Democrat John Plum of Jamestown.
Okay, excellent. So you've got both sides. And John Plum, opponent not on the primary, but on the Democratic ticket.
Yeah, the primary opponent apparently was knocked out. His name was Gary Perry. He was a Tea Party Republican from Waverly, and his petition was objected to by some of Congressman. His political petition with the signatures was objected to by two of Congressman Tom Reed's Corning supporters. And what happened was the Board of Elections apparently has ruled. The State Board of Elections has apparently ruled that the petition for Gary Perry of Waverly did not have enough signatures. So that's been thrown out. So Reed does not have a primary.
Okay, no primary. Will be running against Plum in the elections. And are those right at the same night, Brian, do you know, as the presidential election then?
Not sure on the dates on that. Now, Plum's petition was also objected to. John Plum was confident that there wouldn't be an issue there. And the State Board of Elections, as far as I know, has not made any ruling on the Plum petition, but I'm sure that'll go through.
Oh, okay.
Meaning
All right.
it'll be accepted by the State Board of Elections and the petition objections will be thrown out. I mean, that's best guess.
Okay, wonderful. Great. Okay. So getting a lot of good, and you spoke with Plum yesterday, so which
Right.
will be, well, you spoke with him this week, that'll be on the show following
Yep.
our show. Great.
And we talked to Senator Kirsten Gillibrand yesterday. Gillibrand held a phone presser about the importance of her legislation to move military families. We caught up with her, though, on the fire department funding that she helped secure for the Hornell Fire Department, where they got several $1,000s, maybe more than that, not sure on the exact number. They got some grant money to buy new equipment. Here's what Gillibrand said there.
Yes, well, what we try to do across the state is help fire departments, police departments file for specific grants, and Hornell was lucky enough to get that grant, and we supported their application to get it. Those grants typically fund the need for equipment for firehouses and police departments across the state.
So, Senator Gillibrand there.
And I like that because my own father was a firefighter in Hornell.
Yeah, I got
Career
thinking as we were
firefighter.
playing the soundbite.
Yeah, so like to hear that. They do a great job, always have. And
Oh, yeah.
very familiar with the department here in Hornell. With that being said, Brian, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Rob Carolyn for our live meteorology segment.
And now here he is to explain the difference between Scientology and meteorology. Meteorologist Rob Carolyn.
One requires you to get up at 2:30 in the morning and talk about the other. The other one requires you to take money out of people's wallets. Hey, we've got another beautiful morning out there. Just a little bit of high cloudiness over the southern tier this morning. Why do we have all this nice weather? High pressure stretching from southern New England all the way on up into the eastern part of Ontario. The system's going to keep the weather nice for the balance of the morning, the afternoon, and the overnight. And then things will start to change tomorrow as low pressure in the central United States starts to slowly send quite a bit of moisture our way. Sunshine for today, we're up to 70 to 75, just a few high clouds. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. We're down close to 50. We're going to cloud up tomorrow, turn warmer, high 75 to 80, and then it turns partly sunny and cooler for Friday with high temperatures near 70. A lot cooler weather develops over the weekend.
Rob, always a pleasure talking to you on a Wednesday, middle of the week. We'll see you Thursday. Best weather of the week, Thursday.